So it just really depends on what kind of form of art I want to use. Like to think the people who made Minecraft, because there's just like easy things that you can do with art tools, and you can make things quick. We're gonna do a simple, and it looks eerie and mysterious. I like how eerie and mysterious it looks with the simplicity and the sky and all that. So the thing I was mentioning about was super lucky tail is like creepy, you know. Um, but like this is like kind of like a basic like 3D model of this because like we're going to be talking mainly about Guardian Trials. We're not going to be talking about Gilly Island yet, but Guardian Trials they have this. And I would love to use the Super Lucky Tail content, but I don't know if the license, all the license and all that. Minecraft gives you plenty of freedom, and it's really cool the stuff that you can do in Minecraft. But it's just like, it's okay. So in the game, Super Lucky Tail, there's like bees, and because that little center block that's floating in the air, the gray stone and the little brown blocks, they're used as like the panels, the panels that you have to jump on, as you have to jump on them, and then jump on top that. The achievement is like sunk. The achievement for this too, when you're defeating all the enemies, like it's doable, but it's also like it's not hard. It's not as hard as Under Pressure, but not just getting yourself an achievement, right? But like sunkering for, and I assume like on the PlayStation's trophies, it's the same as sunkering. Sunkering is scary. That is a very scary term that they're using with the sunker, like sunking and kind of like you're drowning in quicksand and stuff. But in this part of the level, okay, so I think there is two sequences in Top That because the level is called Top That, and there's like two multiple sequences because they really don't want you to see it, but like there'll be like a blue diamond, okay, and it's like a lot of platforms, so it's kind of like what's the point of going for the blue diamond? But after that, then that's where we get to this picture because this is trying to show you like what they're doing with all this panel. So the block is basically the bee, remember? So if you've been paying attention, the block is the bee, okay? When Lucky, the little fox guy, when he jumps on the bee, okay? When he jumps on the bee, and it's only like in a section of this, and you can't play new Super Lucky Tail. You have to play the Super Lucky Tail game. Because if you play new Super Lucky Tail, I could look into that one too. They might still have some, but like once you jump on the bee, okay, which is this part is so nuts, dude. Like, okay, so when we were talking about Shadow of Colossus's crazy secret that I found, okay. We were talking about how the spider just jumps on Wanderer's head, okay, and fuses with his head to make the other form animation, right? Now, when Lucky, as adorable as this game could come off to, or this game could come off to, like, because I don't find it adorable. Not really found it adorable at all. I found it always an intense game, but like. Because it's using like different over the top stuff, over the top camera angles. It's not using like a third person angle, but like so when he jumps and kills the bee, then you're gonna get this glitch. I don't know how hard it is to get the glitch. I don't think it's really that hard, but like it will be like a yellow. It's just like a different shading texture, like a yellow that comes out, right? Like the yellow energy stuff. And that's where it gets really creepy because the energy, once you've killed the bee, the energy is that exact same feel, not 100% feel, but the same feel, because there's a lot of weird things happening with the pointy head that I always talk about and the motion, but like the sparks that are underneath, and they're like underneath the platforms, the brown platforms. So it's underneath. So once you've killed the bee, you'll see it like be under, in between. It'll be like there. But you're jumping on the platform so much just not to get a game, like a restart, lose a life and restart. So that's the whole point of why it's so quick. But we're doing a simple breakdown of this, okay? Because there's way more information, okay? So yeah, well, why is lucky, right? So it's not fusing with Lucky, in Shadow of Colossus, it fuses with Wanderer, but Lucky's like completely different. He's like as some of us nerds would say, he's like a humanoid fox, right? Like a cartoon humanoid fox. But like once he jumps and kills, the energy just sits there. It doesn't mess with him, but it still gives you the eerie feel because like I'm telling you, when the energy happens and it gets around Wanderer, the sad part is you can't really like move, but the animation itself is cool because it's scary and it's moving around. But Lucky's still showing. It's still showing that it will like stay in that spot, So it's gonna stay in the center, and it's still showing that off. I'm pretty sure there's also in Lucky Tail because you can move the camera around. And there's ways to get different angles of it. But yeah, we're gonna keep it quick, and we're just gonna have this so you understand a little bit of it. What is it too? Because okay, the floating in the air does make sense also, because that's kind of a way of Lucky hinting the video game, hinting you at the toolbox, because like when you play Shadow of Colossus and you're unlocking this secret thing, the box itself, because when you glitch, right, the box is like kind of like a floating in air thing. That's why Wander is back to like the sitting in a recliner chair kind of position, because he's loaded into this toolbox, which is like it's a toolbox that like when he freezes too, because in the game he'll freeze, if you go to certain parts of the game he'll just freeze and stand there in air and that, but that's like, okay, so we have the example with the bee being the floater, okay, because like I'm telling you, Wanderer's floating in air, not too high in air, but he's like sitting, he's sitting, and he's floating, and the head, because it's crazy with Minecraft too, because Minecraft's using like we have kind of like the pointy head. We kind of have the pointy head, but not like 100%. But we can in Minecraft. I'll show you how we can make the pointy head and everything. But like it has to be at like also a different angle and all that. But talk about splits too, right? Because all the platforms, look at all the platforms, they're all split also, all the platforms are split. Like I tell you, the head specifically has a split, like a glitchy like kind of split in the head, to show like a 3D animation of it in Shadow of Colossus. But like it's so crazy, dude, that like here's a little fox character in a game jumping on platforms, but foxes have always they've been mischief, right? They dig in holes, they go after and kill rodents, right? And the voice acting that they chose for Lucky is Very, very odd. It's a very odd one. Because, I mean, it's very good for them to just disguise with kind of like a rated E for everyone atmosphere, kind of having like it be playful and all that, and be like trying to make it not feel like a first party game either, too. Like they're trying to make it feel still like it's like it's still the VR game. They're still trying to do that all. And actually, his newer character model, because people would go back to there's been some older Lucky character models, but his newer model I find disturbing. I find his new model disturbing opposed to his older ones, because his older ones were kind of like they were interesting, but like this new one is like an up to date thing, kind of like an up to date model of like kind of like the kind of things you get from like Pixar, or you get from like um, just that cartoony kind of feel. And the game doesn't want to. The game, of course, overall, the game just doesn't want to feel like the older games, but it's still the older game, but it's using like different textures and stuff. And but it is actually using some of the same old textures. Even when you get like further into top that, when you get further into top that level, you will see some 3D textures that do look like even like the bottom. There'll be like this bottom section in top that it does look like it's part of Shadow of Colossus when you're up in the garden, the secret garden area. Now, I don't know why Lucky Tail is such a scary game. It's but like you get like because you get the angle too. You got to think they're using a smart angle here. Not only are they using, because Lucky Tail was once the VR game form of it. It was also a indie game. Like it ended up they ended up remaking it as like saying, "Oh, look at these indie gamers, made this." And um, people are very, very, very clueless. They're very clueless in the idea of, they're like, "Oh, okay, well, Ukulele was made by indie developers, so there's no way, Um, and indie developers come off like as like me starting to make a project, or just somebody starting to make a video game project or whatever. It also comes off like you have a bunch of college students working together making a game, but it's just another tool that they get to hide. They get to hide behind this tool. And it's pretty crazy too. Like the shapes that we're getting out of this, like X, right? So we're getting an X shape with these platforms in Lucky Tail, but we're also getting the cube, right? We're getting, because with a cube we can always have a 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We're having and the way it's rotating, it's still having the 1, 2, 3, because it's rotating, like you're jumping 1, 2, 3, but you're not getting to the fourth platform. You're getting to the 1, 2, 3, so you don't fall. And bees are gonna have we're gonna have to be patient on bees, because there's so many things about bees. We got Banjo Kazooie, we got honey, we got a bunch of stuff with bee, just bees in general in games. But like, and the bees, I'll tell you, like in Super Lucky Tail, the bees on top of that, they're all like mechanical bees. So it's gonna be cool when we talk about other stuff and we talk about the mechanical stuff, because it's gonna make a lot of things really easy. Because mainly, if a game hides a secret of it, these hidden secrets in video games, they're gonna use a ton of things that you just would not believe. They're gonna use. I told you, they're going to use rated mature content. They're going to use machinery. They're going to use projection. They're going to use anything they can use. Just anything. Yeah, but like Lucky Tail is also kind of in that top tier gaming category now, because it's like for the longest time, Lucky Tail was like at the fun, it was at the fun range. It was kind of like at the range of like, oh, this is a fun game. This is not a triple A game. This could definitely be a double A game. This could be a regular A game, but it's not a triple A game. But now it is a triple A game, and it's kind of like. It's completely different too, I mean, one, it's multi-plat, so it already gets the gamer away from it because it's a multi-plat game rather than being like a first-party game. It's it's very scary, because Dragon Quest. Even we go back to Dragon Quest. Look, we still have the starfish here. We have the starfish. Because like an X easily can make a starfish. Okay, so we still have the starfish. We still have we have a lot of things, dude. It's insane. We have the space. The space in between is crazy too, because it's like it's still a glitch. Like in Super Lucky Tail, it's not like it's really like a pattern level that you're jumping on, but like. It's like the glitch is still here because we have a space. Okay, so we have spaces, and that's what the toolbox glitch does in Shadow of Colossus. It does like a space to where it can like wipe out like the floor. It can wipe out like the stuff. But yeah, that's a huge breakdown to it. Let's just try and keep it there. Thank you for paying attention.